What's going on, everybody? It's James.
This is Amber.
And this is The Flight Show, the flyest podcast in the city. What's good?
This is our first show, so we'll see how it goes.
So, yeah, this podcast is basically, we're just going to bring you guys content on fashion-related topics, anything that's hot and trendy right now, and what's going on in the fashion world.
For those of you who do not know us yet, we are a 80s and 90s fashion boutique out of Hamden, Connecticut. We specialize in 80s clothing, accessories, 90s clothing, accessories, and just bringing the fire to the city.
All right, let's jump into it.
So we were asked some of our followers on Instagram some questions that we wanted to answer. The first one was, what is the most influential brand in fashion right now? What do you think?
The most influential. From personal preference, I would have to say Supreme. I think everybody knows that Supreme's probably the hottest right now. They dropping the dopest stuff right now. I mean, the consistency with that clothing line is crazy. I mean, to start off as a skateboard brand and just branch off to where they're at now, the photo tees, just
side bags,
the collabs and everything that they're doing with other brands like Champion and Thrasher, and some of the collabs they did, I think is just dope. What's your opinion on that?
I think the collabs. I think the collabs is what really are getting people to catch on. Like the biggest one was the Louis one that just dropped. Anything from wallets to side bags to jeans. I saw someone rock the jeans at the sneaker con in LA, and I just really think the collabs and everyone wants a piece of Supreme. That's what it comes down to. Everyone wants a shirt. They want something that says it. And I'm a 90s baby, so we don't really, we weren't brought up on Supreme, but seeing all these young kids, 15, 14, just go crazy for it. It's really crazy.
Yeah. Now, I got to ask you, what do you think, what's your favorite brand overall out of all brands that's out right now? Not necessarily what's popping, but what's just your favorite brand in fashion?
Vintage or just overall? Overall,
what's the most hyped brand that you're excited about right now, or that you wear yourself?
I really like Champion. I'm a 90s baby, like I said, so I think Champion, the big logo, crew necks to the basketball shorts to, just everything. I really like it. Also, I like Fila. Fila's real dope. They made a comeback for sure. I don't even know. I mean, just anything I like, I see it, I buy it.
That's what's up. I think as far as my favorite brand of clothing, I kind of wear random stuff. So, most of the time I'll rock a vintage tee or, just some sweatpants shorts or basketball shorts, whatever, and slides. That's what I've been wearing this summer. Just kind of going for the comfort more so than anything. But, if we had to say a brand that I like the most or that I wear the most, I would probably say PRPS jeans. That's probably been my most favorite brand and favorite denim overall, probably the past 4 to 5 years. The comfort, the different washes, the different distressed looks that they have, it's just dope. It's honestly my favorite denim and probably my favorite most popular brand that I wear overall.
And I think that's such a big thing now, is that comfort. Comfort is in. So if you want to wear, the dopest pair of jeans, you can just wear it with anything, like a graphic tee or a vintage tee or a Supreme tee, anything you want to wear, all the slides that are coming out, the Gucci, the Fendi, all the types of, different looking slides that you can wear and just be comfortable. I think that's the biggest thing, comfort.
Yeah.
While looking fly.
I agree. I think comfort is more of a necessity nowadays. Even if you look at the sneaker game, everybody's in love with Jordans. I'm probably the biggest Jordan fan overall. You know what I mean? and some Jordans just aren't comfortable. I mean, I've been finding myself like the past year and a half just transitioning over to like runners and trainers, just going for that more comfort. But like the trainers and runners that Nike and Adidas and everybody comes out with now, honestly, are some of them is honestly flyer than Jordans, to be honest. So,
no disrespect to Jordan, it's just
oh, no,
some Jordans aren't comfortable.
Never disrespect to the GOAT at all. At all. Let's jump into some of the questions. A couple people sent us some questions on Instagram. Let's jump into some of those.
Okay, so the next one is, what is a good look to go back to school this fall?
That's a good one. Good one. Well, we're based in the New England area, so up here it gets cold pretty quick. I think a fall fashion, as far as like back to school. If we're gonna stay on the topic as far as comfort, I would say t-shirt, hoodies, denim, maybe sweatpants, runners, trainers, as far as sneakers, windbreakers, of course.
My favorite is the windbreakers.
Yeah, windbreakers, of course. I mean, that's kind of what I think is gonna be popular, or is honestly always popular as far as fall fashion and what people wear going back to school. I mean, I don't know. I kind of got a different vibe like the last year. I'm not a big fan, but I see a lot of the fellas getting into the Chelsea boots and rocking the Chelsea boots with different acid wash denim skinnies and
dark denim
and that sort of vibe. So I mean, I don't know. I think you could throw some Chelsea boots on in the fall. In the fall, back to school, and switch it up instead of wearing sneakers. Yeah, I don't know. What about the females? What do you think the females is going to be rocking?
For me, I think what made a big comeback, especially going back to comfort, is the sweatpants. I mean, all the girls are rocking, even sweatpants with heels. Like, I've seen that, like the Adidas 3-stripe on the side. They got the Champion drop from Urban. Those were hot. You can throw those on with a pair of, sock darts or, Prestos. So I think that's dope. You want to be comfortable, especially going to school,
Yeah, I gotta ask you, as far as like females at back to school in the fall, what's this new wave? Or I don't want to say new wave, but what's like the trending wave right now as far as like the camo pants, the different colored camo pants and army fatigue? I mean, army fatigue been around for a while, but as far as females, I see more females rocking a different color army fatigue stuff with heels, sneakers. Talk to me about that a little bit.
Army is just so dope in itself. The design, like, is just a statement piece. Like, you throw a pair of, camo pants, what can't you wear that with? You can throw on a graphic t-shirt. You can throw on a hoodie, You can throw on, anything. It'll match. Camo is just dope right now. That's just what's in. Whether it's, green camo or black and white camo, you can wear it with a lot. And I think that's what people are, what they like. Looks dope.
Yeah, that's what's up. I mean, I don't know. As far as like, what else do you think? As far as like fall fashion for somebody that lives in New England, like New York, CT, Rhode Island, Mass, like what else? What do you think's gonna pop this fall as far as fashion? Like every fall, every year, obviously the trends change, new waves come around, everything does like a 360 basically as far as fashion. So what do you think overall is kind of just gonna pop this fall? What do you think we're gonna see? What different looks do you think we're gonna see?
I mean last year, if you talk about last year, it was the distressed jeans with like the hoodies and the long jackets with the hood on them. Layers was in last fall. I think that's gonna come back. People like a lot of clothing. They like to, especially fall is the time to really show like your fashion sense, like throwing on a nice pair of sweatpants and your joggers, and you got your Prestos. You can throw it with like the matching I don't know, like hoodie, and then wear like a jean jacket over it, stuff like that, layers. Like, I don't know, I like fall just because fall and winter you can really dress it up, like really, really go all out. And I like hoodies, and I like jean jackets, so.
So what's like your favorite, like, I guess, season as far as fashion? Like, would you say fall, winter, or spring, summer?
I like both. Being from LA, you kind of don't wear a lot of layers, but ever since I moved here, you learn to add layers and make it look dope. Living on the East Coast, you want to keep your jackets, you want to keep your sweatpants, your jeans, and just mix it up. Mix it up to the best you can do. You don't want to be too boring. You want to add colors. They say don't add too many colors in the winter, but who cares? Do what you want.
Yeah, I think overall, especially like just kind of how this summer's been, it's been like crazy hot, like 90 degrees almost every day, especially like the past couple weeks. As far as the weather, I'm kind of leaning towards and looking forward to the fall as far as fashion's concerned. I mean, I'm a big hoodie fan. I wear hoodies like probably almost every day in the winter and fall. I'm not really a big windbreaker guy, but I mean, windbreakers are dope, definitely comfortable. But yeah, I think like you said, the denim, the sweatpants is always gonna be like a go-to. I kind of like the vibe of like jerseys and hoodies. Yeah. I kind of like that vibe too, because I mean, you don't want to be like plain and just throw on a different hoodie. I think like the jersey and hoodie.
The jersey over the hoodie.
Yeah, the jersey over the hoodie wave is probably gonna be heavy this fall, and
or the hoodie underneath the jean jacket.
Yeah. I think the hoodie added with like any type of like overcoat, like
overcoats.
Yeah, like a camo overcoat or like trench coats. I kind of think that's been the wave, honestly, but I kind of feel like that's going to be heavy this fall, winter as well.
I mean, just looking right now at urbanoutfitters.com, I mean, all these oversized jean jackets, it's crazy. They really came back, and that goes from going back to being a 90s baby, like oversized clothing. Like, yeah, it's just so dope, like how that just came back.
Yeah, that is coming back. Like you said, like a lot of people, guys and girls, are wearing more. They're going with more like baggier looks and baggy, oversized clothing. I mean, as far as vintage is concerned, I mean that's kind of what they was rocking in the 80s and 90s anyway. Everything was kind of was somewhat oversized as far as like tees and denim. Nobody was really wearing their shirts or whatever like fitted. They were kind of like oversized tees and hoodies and that.
But I think now people are mixing it up. Like people are wearing, baggy pants, but their shirt like tight. Like I seen ASAP the other day wear baggy like trucker pants with like a fitting, not super tight, but like it was a tight shirt. It was graphic, so just like mixing up like the 90s with the new.
Yeah,
I think that's what people are doing too a lot.
Yeah, definitely. And I like how the fellas and the females are going back to that tucked in vibe. I mean, I see Migos like Offset, Quavo, and those guys. They starting to rock the tees tucked in with the belt, the skinny jeans, whatever it is. I've actually seen them rocking the Chelsea boots as well. So I mean, I kind of like how you said how the new trends and older trends are like
come together.
Yeah, coming together and recycling themselves. I gotta ask you, as far as like celebrities and even athletes, who do you think is in the past year or like even currently, who's the most influential as far as like fashion and new vibes and new trends and mixing it up as far as their style with their clothing?
I can't really pick one. The top three though, would definitely have to be Chance the Rapper, Offset, and ASAP. I think those are the top three. I want to throw Future in there, but that'll be going over three.
Yeah, I kind of like Russ. I feel like Russell Westbrook is mixing it up in the fashion game. He's kind of like, stepping out there a little bit as far as like his outfits and what he puts together and shit like that. I think it's dope though. I think like you said, I would put Offset in there. I like Chance in there as well. But like you said, I don't even really think you could put a set number. There's a ton of guys that's like really stepping it up and really out there like killing it as far as like fashion and what they're putting on, what they're putting together as far as their outfits and stuff like that. What about females? What like females do you think are really killing it and just rocking dope shit
Killing
overall?
it? Well, I'm a big Rihanna fan. She's always going to be the top person I look to far as fashion. I think SZA, she's really dope. She rocks the vintage. For a third person, I don't know. There's not too many like well-dressed rappers or singers for as women.
Not even just rappers or singers, like overall celebrities. Like, whose style are you fucking with like right now, currently, where like fashion is at, as far as females?
That's hard. I not a rapper, not a singer.
Just a celebrity overall, not even music related, just celebrities. It could be an actress, whoever. I'm honestly, I still think Tiana Taylor's kind of dope. I still kind of like what she puts together. She's kind of gotten away from like the streetwear and some of the stuff that she used to wear when she first came out. But some stuff that she throws on, I think is dope.
She's all right. She's never been my favorite, but she's always had a spot up there. I think who I admire a lot is Heather, who is the owner of Sorella Boutique in Los Angeles. Many people may know her, but she's always creating something dope and posting on Instagram that I like personally. That's who I like personally.
Yeah, she has a dope little style, dope vibe. I kind of like James Harden too. I mean, he kind of mixes it up as far as like his outfits and what he throws together, in his arsenal. But let's get to the next question that we got. We got a few questions from some Instagram followers, and we want to make sure we get to those.
The next question that we received is, what are some good essential pieces to add this year to your outfit?
Essential pieces.
Statement pieces.
I think I'm probably gonna have to go back to the hoodies and jerseys. I think.
Well, statement pieces. Think of a accessory. That's what.
I mean, as far as accessories, speaking from a guy's perspective, a lot of the fellas are getting back into the jewelry, the shades, rings, bracelets. I mean, it's been popping for a while now. But I'm seeing a lot of the fellas get back into like gold jewelry and platinum and all that. Like, I'm seeing a lot of fellas rocking gold frames, gold chains, gold rings, gold bracelets. I mean, I'm personally not a big fan of that much extra accessory. I don't want to call it extra accessories, but I would say like that much going on as far as a guy's concerned. But I think as far as like trends and what's popping right now, I kind of think that's going to be the wave this year. Like, the fellas are really going to be getting back into like their accessories and shit like that. Like even with like the do-rags and the headbands and that sort of thing, I kind of think like as far as essential pieces, I think the fellas need to continue on that accessories wave and just mixing it up and adding different pieces to their wardrobe.
I think, and we've seen it just this past weekend at the Boston Got Soul, is the side bags. The side bags are really popular, whether they're just, the Supreme side bags, the Supreme Louis side bags. Whoever has that one, shout out to you, because that's bread. But the Tommy, the Polo.
Yeah. Yeah, I see a lot of the fellas going with the, I've heard people call it man bags. But
they're small. They're not, like, huge.
Yeah, nah, you're right. You're right. I mean, again, I hate to throw in my personal preference on everything, but I will. I'm not a fan of side bags. I mean, as far as the fella's concerned, like, what are you throwing in there? Is it just like a fashion statement, like, or is it actually like...
No, I think it's actually, people actually have stuff in there.
Okay. I mean, it's cool. I like it as far as, like I said, as far as, like, adding to your outfit and, like, what you throw on with whatever you wear. I think any type of add-on or accessory, especially for the fellas, because, I mean, most likely, most fellas keep it simple, but I kind of like how the fellas are mixing it up and, like, rocking more jewelry and like you said, the man bags and that sort of thing. I think it's dope. I fuck with it. I'm not a fan personally, but as far as for the look and from a fashion perspective, and like you said, an essential piece for this year coming up, I like it. What about the females? What's essential for the females? I mean, considering females already rock jewelry and all that, females are already big on that.
The shades, definitely shades right now, because we're in summertime, so you got the oversized, linen glasses, you got like the colorful ones. Now,
as far as like shades, do you mean like like sunglasses or like maybe just glasses in general, like just lenses, like clear glasses?
Well, the clear ones you can do all year round. You can do that all year round, and it doesn't have to just be in the summertime. Summertime, you're gonna do your shade. You're gonna mix it up. In the wintertime, you can't really wear, shades. It's like there's no sun.
Yeah. I mean, do you see more females, like, leaning towards rocking, like, lenses this year? Like, rocking, like, just regular frames?
Yeah. Definitely. I definitely think, the frames are big right now. Gold, silver, whatever. Just that extra piece on your face just makes your outfit a whole lot better. Another thing is the scarves for women, whether they're headbands or, the do-rags. Even the women, I rock the do-rags, with your hair out. Bandanas, that kind of came back like a while ago, but, wearing the bandanas on the head and all that. I just think, that came back.
Yeah. I gotta ask you, as far as like females are concerned and essential pieces, what do you think females are doing a little bit more of as far as like stepping out the box? Like, besides like what you were just saying, like the scarves and everything, what's like something new or something like different that you've seen like lately that females are adding to like their wardrobe, their outfits?
I don't know if they're adding a whole lot just because it's summer. If anything, they're like being wearing less clothing, which is fine. It's summer, do your thing. I think lace is back. Lace is really heavy right now. I've seen a couple people, actually a lot of people on different blogs wearing the lace fishnets underneath the jeans, with the jeans having the holes in them. You know what I mean? Like the rugged look.
I've seen that.
I like that look too.
What's going on with these chokers? I'm not, like, I know that's an old trend. They used to do that back in the 80s. Even before that, they used to do that like 60s, 70s too. What's the wave with that? Like, what's going on with that?
I don't know. Maybe Kylie started that again. I don't know. But that came out like in the 90s. Like all the chokers, the velvet chokers, and I remember wearing the little ones with the, I don't know how to explain it, but they had like little swoops, and you had the matching bracelet, the necklace, and the ring, and the ankle, like the ankle bracelet thing. So I don't know. They just took it to a whole nother level with the chokers. I've seen people do the jean chokers. So I think it's a dope look.
Yeah. As far as like going back to like celebrity influences, you brought up Kylie Jenner. What do you think as far as like celebrity influences on like just the culture in general as far as like fashion? Do you think it's different from what it like used to be, or do you like think it's picked up more as far as like people seeing like Kylie or even Justin Bieber or like any other like celebrities, like them setting the trend or bringing stuff back, bringing like old vintage gear back and all that? Like, what do you like? What's your perspective on it? I would say,
I feel like people always looked up to their, idol and what they're wearing and what they're doing and, what they're eating. Like, that's crazy now. Like, everyone's watching you. So, Kylie wears something, all of her fans, what does she have, like 90 million followers on Instagram?
Yeah,
they're
crazy.
All gonna follow that. We live in a time right now where everyone is looking at what you're wearing as a celebrity, and they want to wear that too because it's hot. I mean, I just seen Kevin Durant wear a vintage shirt.
Yeah.
Who knew? Now maybe that'll get more basketball players wearing vintage clothing.
Yeah.
So I think, just like if you're a rapper, a basketball player, singer, you're going to be influenced by them,
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of like how do you feel about like the whole vintage clothing, like the culture itself? Obviously, vintage is not new. It's been around like obviously for a while, for the longest. I mean, as far as 80s and 90s fashion is coming back around a little bit more heavier now, like you said, because like celebrities are wearing it more, athletes are wearing it more. But as far as like the influence for people that are more into like designer stuff and more like name brand, new brands and that type of stuff, what do you think? Like, how do you feel about just the vintage clothing culture itself and its influence on the fashion game, like overall?
Well, I love that it came back because I am a 90s baby. You love what you grew up in, and it's like, it's amazing to see it come back, It's everything recycles itself. Everything comes back around. But the fact that, what's something that, like, came back heavy?
I would say jerseys overall.
Like champion jerseys?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
So like the one I'm wearing, they came back pretty heavy.
Yeah.
I'm a jean jacket type of girl, so acid wash jackets are back in.
Yeah, denim is definitely
whether they're Levi's or, whatever it is, and you mix it with the new. So I like how different and versatile like vintage is. You can do anything with vintage. Like, you don't have to just, it's creative. Vintage is creative. The colors, especially from my era, 90s, colors, baggy, oversized, everything's a statement. If you have a dope windbreaker with all these colors in it and, you want to go out, wear it with like a pair of like black leggings if you're a girl, or if you're a guy, wear it with like some, dope jeans, and you're kind of like current and vintage. You're rocking both.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I feel like, vintage, it's more of a variety. Like, you can do different stuff with vintage clothing. Like you said, you can mix it up with current brands and current designer fashion or whatever's popping right now. But I feel like with vintage, like one thing I like about vintage coming back is it's probably the most comfortable clothes, period. Like, I mean, most of the designer stuff that they're coming out with, I mean, the materials and the fabrics and that type of stuff is it's top quality and all that. But as far as like comfort, like a vintage tee, like it's not gonna get boring. I mean, there's a ton of different graphic tees that you could rock that are vintage. Like you said, jerseys are probably the most comfortable thing to wear all year round. You could wear it in the summer with nothing under, or you could wear it in the winter with a hoodie or even a t-shirt like how you're rocking it. I mean, it's so much different things you could do. I kind of like how girls are even taking the vintage tees and vintage crew necks and sweatshirts and making crop tops. I kind of feel like that's dope. Like, they're taking something from the past, and I mean, if you don't want to rock it as a sweatshirt or a t-shirt, or like if females like to show more skin, so they cut it, make it a crop top. I think that's dope. I kind of like how the females are rocking the jerseys and stuff too. Jersey dresses.
Jersey dresses definitely need
jersey
to come
crop
back.
tops. I've seen a couple jersey crop tops as well. I mean, I feel like that's dope. I feel like fashion overall is changing, but I feel like with vintage 80s 90s vintage coming back into the scene heavy right now, I feel like it's definitely going to be around and be heavy for some time. And like you said, I mean, with you being able to mix it up with like newer trends and newer fashion, it makes it dope.
It doesn't get boring.
Yeah, it doesn't get boring at all. It doesn't.
It's
Do we
okay.
have any more questions?
Let's see.
I don't want to get away from those questions. I want to get those knocked out.
I think we covered everything.
Cool.
We looked at what's, in to go back to school. We talked about statement pieces. Did we talk about the biggest trend right now?
We did, but I don't know. Let's get back to it.
What is the biggest trend right now?
We did the biggest, like, most popping brand, but we didn't do like the biggest trend.
Trends. I would say the baggy pants. Boys and girls. I just bought a pair of Champion sweatpants with a huge Champion logo on the side, and I could dress those up or I could dress those down.
Yeah.
The fact that they're comfortable, they're baggy, they're cute,
Yeah, I do see baggy denim and even like cargo pants coming back in. I mean, I think like you said, everything recycles itself. Everything comes back around. I mean, I can remember growing up, I would say like 7th, 8th grade, everybody was wearing the oversized tees and the baggy jeans. But now you see more people like as far as the baggy trend, like I see the baggy jeans and baggy pants coming back, but I see people mixing it up with like you said, like tucked in t-shirts or like even oversized tees again. Like I agree that the baggy look has definitely come back. I would even say guys tucking in their shirts. I'm starting to see that more. I'm starting to see the fellas, whether they're rocking. I mean, I've seen fellas this summer rocking like simple like Champion shorts, and they have their tee tucked in.
I have seen that a lot.
I've seen
especially
it.
with like Chance the Rapper. I feel like he tucks all his shirts in.
Yeah, I mean,
nice.
even I just seen a post the other day, like Big Sean is like rocking his tees tucked in too. So I think that's definitely trending and popping right now as far as what's hot. I don't know. I would have to also say, as far as fashion's concerned, footwear. I think guys are getting out of the Jordan wave. I mean, obviously you got like Adidas is killing the game right now as far as like with the Yeezys, the NMDs, and all that, but it's still becoming a more like comfort based trend right now. Like everybody's going for that more comfortable look, and then like the shoes and stuff that everybody's coming out with, Nike, Adidas, the stuff they're coming out with, it's just more comfortable than Jordans. Even designer shoes. I mean, like people wearing Christian Louboutins and Dior sneakers and Chanel sneakers and all that, Raf Simons, all that type of
The
stuff.
Balenciaga slip-ins.
Yeah, I feel like trainers and runners are popping again. I was just actually watching who was it? It was like a vlog the other day, Sneaker Inc., and they were at the Agenda show in Long Beach, which was I think last week, and they were talking about like they went to like the New Balance booth and like the Reebok booth, which are like I think those two brands as far as footwear are on like the back burner overall. Obviously Nike and Adidas is like what everybody goes to first, but they were just talking about how they're innovating and creating more comfortable, fashionable shoes now to,
Yeah, because you think of Asics, you don't really think. Well, back then you thought like, oh, they're just a pair of running shoes. Now the colorways that came out, crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like what else? Like what else would you say? What else would you say is in fashion right now? What else would you say is influential and possibly trending right now? Something else. I feel like there's more. Like we're missing something.
Everywhere I go, I see flames.
Yeah.
Like, what is this flame wave? Where did it come from?
I don't know. I kind of like...
There's flames on everything. It's dope. I like it. I just want to know where it came from.
I feel like flame, like the whole flame, like even on shoes and clothing, I feel like that was out, but I feel like it came back. I just feel like... And I feel like it's a summer thing more so overall. I feel like I
don't think so.
I feel like the red, the yellow, and the orange, it pops for the summer. I mean, I think with Vans dropping their flame sneakers, I think that kind of made it a little bit more popping, a little bit more relevant. But
Champion, Kylie dropped a flame line, I think, with Champion. Was it Champion? I don't know, but she dropped something with a bunch of flames, and even when you go the girls, they go to Forever 21 with flames on everything.
Yeah, I don't know. The flame wave is honestly...
I think it's dope. When I think of flames, I think of Harley Davidson.
Yeah.
And even the vintage Harley Davidson, we have things with like flames on it.
Yeah.
T-shirts and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean Harley T is definitely that probably was honestly where the flames came from first. I mean, the stuff that Harley was dropping in the 90s and even the 80s, their whole logo, their whole theme was kind of flame-based, I think. Now, what's your, like, back to what I was just talking about, like, Vans. What's your preference as far as Vans, or what do you like that Vans is doing now? Or, I think, I don't want to say innovating, but, like, how do you think Vans is influencing the game now? Obviously, it's a skateboard brand, but, I mean, it's becoming more of a fashion statement. Everybody's wearing Vans now.
Well, being from LA, that's all we wear. It's either Vans or a pair of Converse or, so that kind of always been around, but seeing it across the world, it's definitely grew. Like, I don't know what it is. I think more rappers started wearing them. The fact that, all these different designs and colors came back out. We just purchased the Flame Vans that just came out. Yeah. And those sold out. I think that's dope. I want to purchase more Vans now. I just think it's an all year round shoe. You can do the low top, high top.
Yeah.
I think it's just a dope shoe. Vans will always be around. Always. Because there's so many colors. Like, it looks good on girls, boys, like, older people. Like, everyone wears Vans, whether the slip-ons or the ones that tie up. Vans has been around for a long time. Definitely
has. One more thing I wanna speak on a little bit. As far as, like, we go back to, like, Supreme, Bape, Palace, some more of the more trendier poppin' clothing brands right now. What do you like that they're doing that's different from what, like, older companies like Vans and even like Nike or like Champion, some of the older brands that have like been making clothing and dropping stuff for a while? What do you like that the new businesses or these newer brands are doing that's got everybody like hyped and everybody like fiending and wanting their clothing?
I don't think it's what they're doing. I think it's who's wearing it. Palace has been around for a while.
Yeah.
A while. Supreme is, been
They've been
around
for a while too.
But it's who's wearing them, who's rocking them. It all goes back to who's wearing it.
Yeah.
And the trends follow.
I kind of feel like, as what I noticed from what the brands are doing, I kind of feel like those brands, Supreme, Palace, Bape, even like relevant brands that have been around, like even Champion, some of the new stuff that they're dropping. I think the new wave right now is exclusiveness. Everything's more exclusive. They're doing like limited quantity on the drops. Like it's harder to get.
Yeah.
Like the exclusive drops are like only in certain locations. You got to go through this, that, and the third just to get the pieces. I kind of like that and don't like it at the same time, just because it's like, I mean, you don't want to make too much of something, because then everybody's gonna be wearing it. But then when you make stuff like limited in lower quantity, it's like, well, damn. Now you have to deal with like hype beasts and resellers, like people that are grabbing it just because the shit's limited and nobody else can get it. I mean, like what do you feel about that?
I think it's a game to everyone. I think it's a game. Who got the newest piece? Who just got the Supreme drop? Who was able to get it? How much did you pay for it? Are you going to resell it? It's all a game. It's like, who can get the most of it and who can rock it the best. That's what I think it's about. Not even that you have it, but like it's just, I don't know.
High demand. All that stuff is high demand right now. It's crazy what these brands are doing to the game. I mean, I think it's good and bad, but I mean, as far as like the exclusiveness, that part of like stuff being limited, I like that, because I mean, even if you get it, it's like you still have a rare piece, or it becomes rare automatically because it's low quantity, so everybody couldn't get it. So it automatically becomes rare because everybody can't get it, and then it's like, damn, you probably appreciate the piece a little bit more just because everybody else.
I don't know if people are appreciating it as much. I think it's just the know that they got it in their presence.
Yeah.
And some people really love Supreme. Like there's actually Supreme like heads that actually love it, and they see all the new, the younger generation coming up and just getting it as it's a game.
Yeah, I'm getting that vibe with Supreme as well, because like even if you look at it like 80s and 90s polo heads, like they hate how people are like thrifting or like buying vintage polo stuff and reselling it for crazy amounts of money. And it's like, these guys, old heads, low heads, as some people call them, like they grew up in the 80s and 90s and was getting like purchasing the original pieces, and like they really appreciated it and they collect them. And now you got like low cookouts and stuff like that. We had a guy come in here a couple weeks ago into the shop, and he's like a crazy polo head, like, and those guys really, really just appreciate the older polo stuff. And I think that's the same thing that's going on with Supreme, even Bape. I mean, Supreme's been around since the 90s. So it's like the guys in the 90s that was grabbing the Supreme up, like the real skateboard heads, like guys that was grabbing the tees and all the pieces just to skate in them. You know what I'm saying? Just dope skate gear. Like, they're probably upset at all these hype beasts that are like getting the tees, reselling them for stupid amounts. Like, I mean, we was at Boston Got Sold yesterday, and like people were selling like $54 retail Supreme tees for like $200-$300. It's like, bro, you know what I mean? It's cool. I understand it's a rare piece. I understand like it's limited, but like I feel like some of these resellers, I mean, I don't want to call them resellers, or like some of these hype beasts, they gouge a little bit with their prices. Like I feel like they gouge on their prices for some of this streetwear. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a basic tee. It's a basic graphic tee. It shouldn't like, you shouldn't be pricing the stuff that high.
It shouldn't, but it will be priced that way, and people will continue. That's what they love. They love Supreme, so don't want to talk about that too much. Anything else?
No, I think that's it. I think we're gonna wrap it up for today's show. We'll be back next week. And yeah, thanks guys for tuning in to the flyest podcast in the city. We out.